He's bedded down facing away, so we're going to try and close the gap. If he lifts his head and looks up this direction, he'll see me.
Oh man. Let's go have a look at him. I'll talk to you later. Oh my goodness. Look at the place. It's wild. Alright, we're back in the mountains. G'day guys, welcome back to another episode Out There Doing It with J Wilds, brought to you by local hunting and fishing store. Man, if my chosen camp location was any higher, we wouldn't have got here. That cloud is pretty low. We managed to get up just to a level where we were below the cloud line. We've got tracks right next to where we put all the gear. So Scott, my good buddy Scott, you know Scott, Halley Rural Methven, just dropped me in. Very good to be flying with Scott again. First flight with Scott for the year. So we're in a zone that I've wanted to come to for a very long time. And we're finally here, man. Look at this. You guys come along for the journey, man. We're going to see what we can find in this mountain environment. So the tent I'm going to set up here is my MSR Access 2. So out of all my tents, this guy here can handle the worst weather. And we're pretty exposed up here. This little bench behind me where we're going to set it up is actually just tucked out of the wind ever so slightly. So many rocks in the ground. I've got to use my rock to hammer in my pegs. The big Mondo King for these helicopter flights. I always try to take this in. Thermarest Mondo King 3D. It's like the comfiest sleeping mat you can find. Real good thermal insulation as well. Go. Alright, sleeping bag I brought on this trip is Thermarest Parsec, negative 18 degree bag. If it gets cold up here, I want to be nice and toasty at night. And that bag is going to keep me warm, man. I always like to keep my tent bag, sleeping bag. I'm just going to put them all inside the Thermarest mat bag, so I know all my bags are within one bag. Keeps things a bit easier when you got to pack up camp. Camp is set up, and that cloud has moved in massively now. Got some water there. There is a creek just down below us, so can get more water, but I brought in 25 litres just in case. This bag's waterproof as well. It's a big seal line dry bag, so I've got a lot of food and bits and pieces in there that can stay outside the tent overnight and no issues at all. But yeah, we're pretty sorted, man. It's looking good.
Good morning, guys. It's real early and we've got a stag roaring. He's been roaring since just before daylight. There he goes. Nice. It's just starting to get light enough to see now, guys. We've got a stag roaring really well just out here. We've got another one across here, and it sounds like we've got two down here. So, we haven't even left camp, and we've got at least 4 stags roaring. I think what we'll do while it's still a little bit dark, get to this ridge over here, and we'll set up. From that ridge we should be able to look over that valley to see where that closest stag's roaring. So we'll just listen, try and figure out which directions they all are, so that when the cloud lifts we'll know. Alright, it's just starting to clear now.
Finally got a bit of clear viewing. I've actually had to drop down elevation, probably 150, 200 metres vertical elevation to get under the cloud. I can't see up where that stag's roaring, where the close stag's roaring anyway. I can't see up in there yet. That cloud's still so freaking thick, man. But because I've dropped down elevation, I can now see down the valley. We've got a stag and a couple of hinds way across there on that other face. And there's actually one roaring down in here, down in the bush.
I haven't managed to see him yet, but just directly opposite us on that face. It'd be really good to get eyes on him while we can, while we've got some clear weather. Still the chance of seeing something out over here too. Man, just battling with that cloud, eh? You can see that cloud's moved in again. Can't see anything down there, man. It's like mid-morning now. So, time for some breakfast. Well, we're going to actually have lasagna, early lunch, and a coffee, because I freaking need a coffee. If you guys follow the channel, you'll know that I love my coffees. With a big stag that was roaring the most, big aggressive roars, it's just, the cloud has not lifted from where he is at all. So instead of sitting there looking at nothing, I may as well have some breakfast, have a coffee, get the energy levels back up. Right, 10 minutes and that's ready to go. It just sucks when there's cloud like that, because you just can't do anything about it. You can't go over there to the stag, you can't go lower, you can't go higher. You literally just got to wait for that cloud to clear. You can see it's just white behind me. The stag I want to see is up about here. So hopefully that cloud clears enough shortly for us to look at it this afternoon. 1 minute later, just piled into my tent because it's starting to rain pretty heavy. So I'm going to have my lunch and my coffee in here and just wait out this rainstorm. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. Finally got a break in the weather, guys. And I've just spotted a chamois sitting on a nice tussocky knob just up here. Just managed to pick out at the top of its head poking up above the tussock. 992. It's a fair way off. I managed to spot another chamois, down a lot lower this time. We're back in the clouds, man. This is freaking nuts, man. Can't see anything. I guess I'll see you guys when this cloud clears. Good morning, guys. Right, we've got a big stag. Big stag. I got him on a big camera now. He's across the valley. It's the one we've been hearing. Finally got eyes on him. He looks like a monster. He's huge. There's a satellite stag with him, and he's got some hinds. And where he is, he can actually see this whole face. So I'm pretty happy that we spotted him before I started going across there, because he would see us coming. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this very cautiously, because that's a big stag. I do not want to ruin this hunt and not make any mistakes on this fella. And for now, we're just going to watch and see where he goes, how he acts, what he does, and try to learn about him, so that when we go to make a move, we've got some intel on him. That stag's followed his main hind around the corner into the head of that basin there. Whether they've dropped over the top, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out. It's safe to move now. It is 8:30 a.m. A little bit later than I would have hoped, but they do what they want to do, these animals. I've got a whole day's worth of gear, got the rifle, got the cameras, got everything. We are going to make our way up to that point there. We're going to have to keep a real close eye on this wind, just to make sure that wind doesn't go where we don't want it to go, because if we blow this animal out of here, we may never ever see him again. We can finally make a move on a freaking gigantic public land stag. He's an absolute monster, man. And we'll probably see other animals on the way. So let's go. Looks like we've got a couple of stags down here. Well, they might be spikers actually. Spikers. They're coming towards me. They've heard me walking through the scree behind us. They're coming in. Let's see how close they get. One of them looks freaking staunch, like big body on him. That was nuts. 10 metres away from me. They came right through, cut down below me. Now they've gone out behind me and they got my wind. Inquisitive things, eh? Far out. So they've actually gone back to camp, so hopefully they don't mess up my camp. We've got a stag roaring out here. So we'll go check that out first before we head up the top. Hey, check this out. Nice young stag. Broken tops. Just sitting in here. Looks like animals have been wallowing here at some point. How cool is that? I'd say this is a 3-year-old stag. Yeah, it's good characteristics though. That's what you want to see. Brow, nice bay, nice tray. Oh, we've got a stag. We've got a stag up here. Tucked away up there in the sun. He looks like he's got a bit of age to him, the way he's sitting. You see it in his neck and his head and his jawline. We're going to remember this guy's hair. And I think we're going to keep going up to the top of the hill. Nice though, nice stag. He could have been the one that was roaring before when we were with those spikers. Pretty gnarly coming up here. Climbed heaps since that last bit of video. I'm just getting up, that's the top just there. Come to a bit of a hurdle though. I'm not sure if I can get around this piece here safely. This looks like a real sketchy bit, so we're nearing the very tip where we saw the stag this morning, just as long as we can get past this bit here. We're not going up there. Might be able to have a quick look down here, see what that's like. We've come to the end of the road, guys. We cannot go any further, so unfortunately, definitely not safe to try that. I mean, you could get across there, but you slip, you make a mistake, you're dead. We're going to find another approach to get up to our monster stag, because this ain't it. Man, that cloud moves fast. I've just got back to the top of the ridge and that cloud is pumping up the valley. Far out. I'm glad we turned around because literally 5-10 minutes ago this cloud was not here. And if we were up the top now we wouldn't be able to see anything, absolutely nothing. As we're going past, we'll check out that stag that was bedded up in the sun up there, if we can see him in the cloud. We're going to be a bit closer, so we'll have a look at him on our way through. Be good to have a closer look, that's for sure. Nearly there. We're going to head for those rocks. Somewhere around those rocks, I reckon. Deer prints. Real nice face across there, eh? There's got to be something in there. I'd love to see a chamois, like a nice buck. A nice buck chamois would be great. I haven't targeted a good buck for a long time. That ridge down there, if we can get to that ridge, I reckon that'll be a good spot to sit for a while. That knob is 317 metres away. If we could get to that, there's probably a good vantage point, and we could be low enough so when the cloud rolls in, it might just go straight over top of us, which would be good. There's wind coming from this way, but it's not super strong, so we should hear any roars if there's any stags down in there. Pretty good spot, we can see a lot of country. All of that is shootable, everything's shootable. So we'll see if we can see anything moving around. Even those fingers over there look really good as well. Oh. Got a chamois. 420 metres away. Oh, we got 2 chamois. We've got 2 chamois across on that face over there. They can pick movement out from a very long way. You've got to be super careful with them, eh? One of them's really dark in the coat already. One of them's pretty light. Okay, right now I'm looking at that darker one. Pretty bucky looking horns on him. It's a buck, yep. That bottom one's a buck. Okay, the other one is a one-horned doe, by the looks of that. As you know, my primary goal on this trip is a big stag, big old stag. It would have to be a pretty big buck for me to want to shoot it. And that guy there is a nice buck. He's got good hooks, but he's a little young and he's a couple years away from his potential, so we'll leave him. You never know, something else might pop out down here. We've only been here 10 minutes. Just hopefully that cloud doesn't turn up. This could be the end of it. This might be the last we get to see out here. And just like that, our visibility's gone. Once again. Here's a shout out to the father and son I met at the cafe in Christchurch just before this hunt. Big fans of the show. So big shout out to you guys. Thanks for coming and saying hi. Another thing too, guys, while I'm on the road, the question about my thoughts on packs, you know, like hunting packs, what I like in a hunting pack. I'll tell you quickly right now while we're waiting for this cloud to move. The thing that I always think is that you want your pack to be ultra lightweight. Go for the lightweight stuff. Go for the modular stuff. The modular stuff's pretty good in my opinion because you can customize it how you want. Over the years you've seen me run all sorts of packs on this channel if you followed it from the start. There's lots of packs out there that are worth looking into. Eberly stock, Stone Glacier. You can now get them in New Zealand as well. Stone Glacier makes some amazing packs. The American made packs are really good. They're not cheap, but they're good. They're good quality. And they're the sort of pack that'll last you a long time. So many brands to choose from. Well, what I recommend you do is go down to your local hunting and fishing store, have a look at their range there, pick out some packs that you like the look of, load them up with a bit of weight in there, just walk around the store for 10 minutes or something, just see how they feel. The staff in there will be able to help you pick the right pack for you because you want a pack that fits you properly. The beauty about hunting and fishing is they've got a huge range of different brands to look at. No matter what your budget is, no matter what your size is, there's going to be something that fits you. Go pay the guys at Hunting and Fishing a visit and find your next hunting pack. A good quality pack is going to help you in the long run, so it's definitely something worth putting a bit of money into in my opinion. But a good quality pack's not going to help me out right now with this cloud. Look at this, it's worse. Oh no. The battles with the cloud on this trip, man. All we need is one good day and we'll find ourselves a big old stag. I think I'll let out a couple of roars. I've just been making my way along this ridge line, roaring down into all these little gullies in the hopes that there's a stag down in the gully below me that will answer and then make his way up. It's about all we can do, man. The cloud has been ridiculously thick today. We've got an answer. We've got a stag roaring out here. He doesn't sound too far away. We might be able to bring him across. Let's hope we can get him to come up. So I'm going to get the rifle ready, just in case. If he's a monster, we'll take him. But he might just pop up right here, right on us, without any warning, so we'll get ready now. Bergara, Mountain 2.0, 300 Winchester Magnum. Leupold VX5 on the top. My trusty stag rifle. He still sounds a fair way away. I think we'll just keep working him with the horn. If he doesn't have hinds, if he doesn't have females, he may come across here. We'll be patient. We'll just work him slowly. But the other thing is, if this cloud lifts and clears, that other side is in shooting range. So we'll be able to look straight across to him. So if that cloud clears, we'll find him, we'll see him.
Hello? What are you doing on my pack? He's on my back. Oi.
A couple of mates turned up. Visibility is minimal. Start making our way back to camp. We don't have much daylight left. This low cloud never lifted. Gutted about that cloud. There's a big track. I haven't heard any roaring on my way back. Everything must be hunkering down out of this wind. Home sweet home. Good morning, guys. Finally got a clear morning. I've just got some water going. Gonna have a coffee and have some breakfast. It was like a pretty bright moon last night. The cloud lifted and it became really clear at about 9 p.m. The stags were roaring all night. I could hear probably 4 stags all night long. So I kept waking up through the night and they're roaring. So the plan is we're going to try and locate the giant and we're going to see if there's another approach to him. But yeah, good morning, guys. It's a good day today. Banana oat porridge for breakfast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give a really loud location roar, punch it right across this valley, and hopefully get a couple of responses from these 2 more dominant stags, the 2 that were roaring the most. I think one's there, and I think the giant is up there somewhere. I could hear them both last night. They were roaring the most consistent, they sounded the most dominant. We got one over here somewhere. A very sleepy sounding roar. Okay, I got hinds. Oh, we got a stag. Got a stag feeding on a small spur coming off that big ridge up there. It looks like quite a good stag from this angle. That's the stag that roared at us. Get the spotting scope on him. It looks like a big stag. I wonder if it's our infamous giant from up here. Okay, where are you? Oh yeah, he's bedded down. He's got good fronts on him. Brows and bays. Trays, you see how they're long and they're really well developed. It could be the giant, He's got the same sort of tops as him, and he's not that far from where we saw him last. I'm going to give a loud roar and see if I can get him to face this way. He heard it. He's looking uphill. Big stag. Here's our giant. A small plane, like a scenic flight plane, flew fairly low above this valley, and that stag got up and all his hinds, there's quite a few hinds with him, and they came barreling down the mountain. I watched them run all the way down, and then the last I saw of them, they were going down this scree face here into the bush, dropped down into this gnarly creek, and they've all disappeared into that forest down there. Just when you get a good plan, man. They obviously did not like the sound of that plane. Where he is now, there's no chance of me getting in there without him knowing I'm coming. But he's not the only stag in the mountains, so we're going to keep going. And to the top we go.
This is where the vents on these new tussock pants from Huntec that I helped co-design come into play. Open them up and dump unnecessary heat as you burn to the top of the hill.
Okay, we're just nearing the top now. The first vantage point right there. I'm going to be able to look down this valley. So I'll creep forward, I'll drop my pack, and then I'll crawl to the edge and we'll start glassing the valley below us. Really nice valley. Amazing valley. Oh, we've got a big stag. We'll get comfortable, we'll have a look at him through the spotter. Big staunch animal, eh? Looks like he might have a sore leg. And he's bedded down again. Big animal. Big body, big neck, big mature animal. He's bedded down facing away, so we're going to try and close the gap. Maybe 50 metres, as much as we can get. He's 398 at the moment. He's a big stag, and he's approachable, which is the thing, so I think we're going to make the most of this opportunity, and we're going to see if we can get in on him, set the rifle up. Whew, he's a pretty big stag, like big frame on him, big body. Okay, pretty good spot right here. The stag is 347. It's a good shot. A lot closer. Right, get that rifle ready. Just got to keep an eye on what he's doing. If he lifts his head and looks up this direction, he'll see me. So I just got to make sure I keep my movements to an absolute minimum. Real mature, super big body on him. There's a lot of small planes flying over at the moment. Such a nice day, they're all going on scenic flights. Perfect rest. The only thing is I can't see much of him. I've just moved off that rock. There's a really good spot here, look at that. I'm just going to double check the range. Definitely 347. We just need him to stand up because I'd shoot him bedded, but I can't see enough of his vitals, so we're going to wait for him to stand up to make sure it's a safe shot, you know. I don't want to take any risks. Man, he's a big stag. The neck on him's monstrous, man. There we go, guys.
He's down. He's down. I didn't see where the shot went in. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh guys, I'm stoked. I didn't even see him get up, man. I literally took my eyes off him and I was looking up the valley for a second. And I looked back and with my naked eye I could see he was standing up. I was like, oh crap. Oh man, nerves are kicking in right now. Had no time for adrenaline rush or anything. Perfect rest, perfect stag, perfect location. Let's get down there. Here we go, guys. Yes. Big stag. Oh man, big stag, man. Big stag. Let's go have a look at him. What the heck? This thing is freaking massive. Huge body, be the biggest bodied stag I've ever got. Real old, his coronets are hard down on his skull. Absolute monster, man, absolute monster stag. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked with that hunt. You've seen the weather we've had. We've been clouded in. We finally get a nice day and we made the most of it, that's for sure. If I want you to take one thing away from this video, if you've thought about hunting, I mean, put it this way, the best messages I get from you guys are the ones saying I've inspired you to get out and go hunting for yourself, get into hunting. If you've thought about going hunting, this is your sign, man. This is your sign to get out there and enjoy the wild places we've got, the game animals we've so blessed to have here in New Zealand. Enjoy the wild free range meat on offer and make some memories doing it, man. There's plenty of ways to get into hunting. No doubt you probably know someone who hunts, who can teach you the ropes. When I was fresh out of school, I did a professional hunting and pest control course. I don't know if that's still around, but no doubt there's plenty of other courses to go with. You can even book a guided hunt. Go with a guide, go hunting with a guide a couple of times and learn the heck out of what they're teaching you. When I was a little kid, I'd go down to my local hunting and fishing store. Actually, I still do it now. I go to my local hunting and fishing store and I pester the heck out of the guys in there. Yeah, I was that kid. But anyway, you can learn from what they have to say. The more hunters we have on our side here in New Zealand, the better. We work as a team. And of course, the big thing to remember too, man, is hunt respectfully. If you want to do a hunt like this yourself, guys, also you can hit up Scott at Halley Rural Methven. Link in the description. Get in touch with him for sure. Book in a hunt. Tell him Jay Wild sent you. Scott can fly into some amazing, amazing country, like what you've seen on my channel. With that sun disappearing behind that cloud that's starting to form, I'm going to get some photos real quick and I'm going to start working on the stag and we're going to finish the episode there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Out There Doing It with Jay Wild, brought to you by local hunting and fishing. Alright, so hope you enjoyed that, guys. That was the first episode for this new 2024 season. And I know a lot of you have been asking, where the heck are the videos? They're finally out. I'm finally able to get back in the office. You can see I've got the computers behind me. I'm working through them, man. So the good thing is I've done a heap of hunting up until this point. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on what I have filmed this season. And this is what I do full time. I don't have another job. And without key brand partners that see my vision, this wouldn't be possible. So I want to say a huge thanks to all you guys, all the brands I work with. Big thanks to everyone involved with making this possible. Hunting and fishing, massive shout out to you guys. You know, without you, this wouldn't be possible. Support your local hunting and fishing store, man. Like, if you don't know what hunting and fishing is, it's basically a one-stop shop for all hunting and fishing adventure gear. Everything I use in my videos, you can find down at your local hunting and fishing store, seriously. So no matter where you are in New Zealand, you can find a hunting and fishing store near you. So massive thanks to Hunting and Fishing for helping make this possible. A lot of these hunts have been big hunts too. Like, I've done a 16-day hunt this year. I've done a 12-day hunt, plus a lot of others, like big periods of time in the wilderness. The majority of it has been solo. Actually, all of it has been solo apart from one trip. I mean, I've been in the jungles down low in the river levels. I've been mountaintops up in the snow. I've been high elevation up in the tussock. I've been in the bluffs and the rocks, hunting multiple different species. It's a cool season, man, and I'm so pumped to bring it to you guys. At the end of each video too, I might sit down and do a little talk like this just to introduce you guys in some upcoming stuff, some behind the scenes kind of stuff. Like, this is going to be a little sort of private little corner where the true OG fans are going to be interested to hear what I'm talking about. There's a whole lot more cool products that I'm using, new gear I'm testing out. I've had a lot of prototype stuff. You'll see a lot of prototype clothing, a lot of prototype gear in this season coming up. If you've got a keen enough eye, you will pick out what's new. I did a huge hunt on the West Coast early season in the Raw. Without giving too much away, that hunt there, dude, it's like, I don't even know where to start, man. But basically, I found a once-in-a-lifetime type stag early on in the trip. So I decided I'm going to spend the whole time looking for that stag. I'm going to do everything in my power to be successful with that stag. I might only get one opportunity at him before, you know, if I ruined it, I may never see him again, sort of thing. So I was really, really being careful with how I hunted him. I ended up setting out trail cameras. I ended up doing a whole lot of stuff to make this possible. It's a hunt that's going to go down in my history as best hunt of my life. So far it looks like it's going to be about 5 episodes in a mini series, all building up towards the end goal of this monster West Coast public land stag. You can look forward to seeing that, man. That's coming up. I don't know when, but that's coming up this season. So the next episode is going to go live on the channel shortly. So until then, guys, take it easy and we'll catch you then.